Welcome to the stadium. First up, the teams are going head-to-head in control. You just know this one's trouble. Hold on to your hard drives, folks. The game is about to begin. Folks, this is a match you'll want to watch. Welcome to the armory. Time for the teams to gear up. Time to power up. Powers are impactful modifiers that define a build, so competitors must choose carefully. The first round is almost here. Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins. The armory is closing shortly. Three, two, one. Time to capture the objective.
Alright, what is up, YouTube? stealthxknight streaming Sanctuary. It is your host, the one, probably, the one, YouTube, the only YouTube, stealthxknight streaming a Sanctuary host. I know it's troll. I just got back from the gym today. I was working out. I haven't been to the gym in a minute, so I need to work out. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well today. YouTube, stealthxknight returns. Yeah, so I got back from the gym today. Submitted some applications online. Obviously, I took a shower before I hopped on stream. So, yeah. I'm just chilling today right now. Really just got my fingers crossed for some of these interviews and potential job applications to go through. But, you know, we're trying to keep up here with the streaming and the content because, you know, I mean, when it comes to Magic Technician in Overwatch 2 and Decepticon Gladiators in Overwatch 2 and Galacta's favorite in Marvel Rivals, and like the homies just know what's up with NeXus and Marvel's Avengers. Like at this point, what do I gotta say? You know what I'm saying? Like there's no other perfect games right now. I got 2 games right now. Not even trolling. There's 2 different games out right now that I could play as with my friends that are Avengers based, like Thor, like the Avengers. And to be streaming, talking about Overwatch 2, shirtless on Twitch, YouTube, excuse me. I used to do shirtless streams on Twitch. I used to, but not so much anymore. And, you know, I was talking about it with the homie, like, I just love YouTube streams. Like, I just love streaming to YouTube. And look, I'm sorry, like, that, like, streaming shirtless is, like, kind of weird, but, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, there's shirtless guys everywhere. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to stream so much to Twitch, and, like, to be streaming here on YouTube, I just feel so much more, like, comfortable in my element, able to speak loudly, clearly, concisely about some of the things that I want to see. Not only as, like, a video gaming streamer to, like, sit here, but I'm talking about that right there. That was sick. I'm talking about off-the-map type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Helden sterben nicht.
And, you know, like, Transformers Reactivate is canceled. Black Panther game has been canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, when does it end? But here's the thing, there is gonna be no end. It's Avengers Endgame, and we got Marvel's Avengers between all of this, so just no matter what happens, I am forever thankful, blessed, grateful, like you name it, and I'm getting live shirtless to stream now because I want to get Magic Technician in Overwatch 2. I don't care how many games we lose. I actually do care. I'm sorry, excuse me. I do care how many games we lose because I need that XP. I need that Battle Pass XP like ASAP no rocket. Again, shout out to all the homies and the support lately. Please, you guys have been the best streaming sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've taken breaks here from streaming. So to be back here with the webcam on, you know what I'm saying? Shirtless and everything. And look.
Next up, put those hands together. It's time for push.
I wasn't actually going to stream shirtless the whole time, you know. But it is kind of hot, so. Yep. No, I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts. It says, let's get hammered. You guys can see the shark right here, so hopefully you guys can find that funny. I think it's pretty funny. But, you know, everyone wants to be the funny guy. Okay, so yeah, I've just been trying to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's hard, you know, it's like people are, you know, it's the real difficulty lately has been people have been seeing me as like some recluse, like streaming, just play video games all day person, which is not the case, by the way. It's more of like I've never been able to stream, so I'm streaming a lot and rapidly, and I'm trying to just do Marvel's Avengers at a time, and like, you know, like I don't know I'm ever gonna have Marvel's Avengers next. Or people stream about it and talk about it, or experience with the game, you know, and having played Ultimate Alliance 2. Growing up, I'm 24 years old right now, guys. All right, like I know, like I gotta mature, be a man, all those things, right? Like I have a college degree, so I'm doing things. You know what I'm saying? But like people are gonna, no matter what in life, you're gonna face that barrier. And holy shit, does NeXus know a thing or two about barriers? I mean, I'm not just talking about Rainbow Six Siege. I'm actually talking about Marvel Rivals 2 now, because now we got 2 games with buildings and walls crumbling on the. No, I'm just messing around. But seriously though, like, you know, it's all just temporary blockades, you know what I'm saying? Like they're temporary struggles, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't always been the fixed person, but I know what it's like to be fixated on things. In fact, honestly, as of recently, I've been fixated on so many things. I mean, let's take an example for one of them. I'm so fixed on Marvel's Avengers. What's the one thing I talk about? Avengers. But why? Right? What really is it, right? Like, is it these movies, the MCU, that everyone's going to constantly have one thing to say about cinema? And by the way, I know how to write a screenplay. I know what it takes to writing movies. I'm very confident in my ability to getting different characters bouncing off of one another. I know it's very sarcastic to say, but I have to be able to confidently say it to somewhere. I gotta get on the webcam somewhere. No one's gonna put the webcam up for me. I'm not even a director myself. Well, I mean, NeXus and streaming. No, but seriously, I don't have the actual title of director, you know what I'm saying? And there's so many just actual serious jobs out there, right? Like President of the United States, you know what I'm saying? Law enforcement, all right? Medical industrialization specialties, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. And so with my specific mindset for me, it's like, what is it? Because I keep coming back to it. Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just care about the action. I never have. I love the look of the MCU. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, Gwyneth Paltrow as an actress, cast as Pepper Potts. Beautiful, phenomenal actress. Very well portrayed. For one of my favorite stories from Marvel Comics, right? It might not be perfect, but they definitely got a really good thing going on. That's just one example, because I grew up watching the original Iron Man. And here I am streaming, right? I'm able to play Marvel's Avengers, right? Like, Iron Man is essentially what you would have be the main Marvel's Avengers character in the game. I love what they do with Tony in that game. It's perfect. I could break it down to you right now as a screenwriter, all right? Tony, he's a little bit of an antagonist when it comes to the Avengers. As soon as the Avengers break up, he goes under hiding. And funny enough, the fortune of the Stark Industries title, right, Tony Stark, is of nothing, right? Like, you learn in the Marvel's Avengers that Tony Stark's fortune is actually kind of based off of a lot of hoopla. You know what I'm saying? A lot of false narratives, you know what I'm saying? That his family was able to construe at a certain time to build up their wealth, which is, you know, kind of some shady shit. But Tony Stark is a character working with the Avengers in the modern time to not only feel like he's correcting his mistakes, but to, you know, genuinely be an Avenger, right? Like, be the invincible Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? And to tie it all together, I love what they did with Pepper in that game. Because their relationship in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies have always been tied to the Iron Man trilogy and the Avengers movies. right? Including Captain America Civil War, right? And it's always been it hasn't been perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like any real relationship. And it's just something that I'm kind of trying to relate to as a screenwriter. How do you imbue, okay, I'm saying this as clearly, concisely, as slowly as I could mention this. I'm trying my best to my ability to imbue different character interactions and emotions based on and imbue our very real reality into it. You know what I'm saying? That's what Stan Lee stands for when it comes to Marvel Comics. It's always based on our real reality. That's why Iron Man and War Machine, yeah, okay, they're like robotic Iron Man suits. It's kind of pretty fake, right? But I have no doubt that that's not far off from what is in development in terms of science and technology. And that's just one thing, one aspect about Marvel that I like. You know what I'm saying? We can get to Spider-Man later. But the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Inhumans, and the Guardians of the Galaxy, I would love to see a Marvel's Avengers sequel based off of those games because we've already been blessed. I've been fortunate enough and so excited and ecstatically just blessed and so lucky to have played Marvel's Avengers 2020, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix. Again, we just had the canceled Black Panther video game, which is very unfortunate. I can't believe that. The Wonder Woman game got canceled as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy that we got Marvel's Avengers to stick the landing. I don't care if it was delisted. I don't care if it's a flop. You know what I'm saying? You can find the game. You can find the game, and it's on digital, and who knows? It could become free to play one day. That would be huge. That would be a W for Marvel, I think. As a fan, I would like to see something like that. Like, imagine Marvel's Avengers becoming free to play, and the narrative and the streaming we could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be special. That could be special, but I don't mind that right now because we're living in a time with games like Overwatch 2 and, of course, Marvel Rivals, Avengers, Spider-Man Remastered, even games I haven't played as much quite yet, like the recently released Suicide... Okay, I say recently. It came out in 2024. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, I haven't played it until well over a year and a half later, which is how I've kind of played most of the DC games, except for like Injustice 2 and Injustice Gods Among Us. But the Arkham games I've always played, like, except for Arkham City, excuse me. Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight were games that I were able to... Okay, Arkham Knight and Arkham City were games I were able to play as launch, but Arkham Asylum and Arkham Origins were two Batman games I was able to play later in my timeline, right? Which is maybe just like a few years for me, but that can seem like a lot of significant time for everyone else. And, excuse me, I played Marvel's Avengers at launch. And as a gamer, I played literally like the most perfect games. Like, I can't tell you how difficult it is for the industry right now because I didn't specialize in, like, you know, computer engineering or production for video game development. But I can tell you this, from a screenwriting, writing perspective, the games are good. You know what I'm saying? Like Marvel's Avengers, Batman Arkham Knight, Arkham Origins, Marvel Rivals, if you want to throw it in there too. Like, all these games, they're very well written. And they're actually written by passionate fans. Like, I feel that. And I feel it so much so that, like, some of the things that we didn't see in Marvel's Avengers, like the other characters like War Machine and She-Hulk and Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange and WandaVision, Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's like, yeah, that sucked. But I have no doubt that those same people that actually worked on those projects can really rally and really, you know, sharpen it up, you know, to really show people. Because I believe in it. Like, I'm a true believer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no doubts in Marvel's Avengers. Look how that game turned out. And now we have Marvel Rivals. And I'm able to talk about both. You know, after having streamed a lot on Twitch, by the way. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to check out a lot of my older VODs, they're on Twitch. They're on my Twitch channel when I was just playing Marvel's Avengers. And that was like 2021, obviously 2020 when the game came out. 2022, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2020, a little bit of 2022. Actually, no, excuse me. I stopped streaming on Twitch in 2022. So I started streaming to Twitch in like 2019. And I stopped around August 2022 when I switched to YouTube. That's like around 3.5 years of streaming. And I really did that though so I could sustain myself with more VODs here on YouTube and gameplay and really build it out. You know what I'm saying? In such ways that, like,
here's our score. 0-3. Some intense competition this round. Coming up next, time to face off in control. Time for the teams to gear up. These teams are giving it their all for a shot at the win.
Yeah. It's right, and like, okay, let's tie it all back together. Black Panther's been canceled. What was? I think there's another Marvel game that got canceled.
Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins.
Excuse me, it was the Wonder Woman game that got canceled. I don't know why, like, this is the thing, but like the Wonder Woman and the Black Panther game have both been recently canceled, which stinks from a superhero fan perspective. But they could put those characters in a Justice League and an Avengers game, and you see it, right? I'm not crazy because I play Marvel's Avengers, and Black Panther's in the game, Iron Man's in the game, Spider-Man if you're on PlayStation, by the way, right? He's definitely like DLC support if you're on PlayStation, which kind of stinks because from what I've seen and heard and like everything that I've just watched, he plays like every other Marvel's Avengers character. And from what you've seen on my streams, these Marvel's Avengers characters are no joke to play around with. They might not be perfect for some people, some other gamers out there, right? Like, I'm just gonna say, beyond, like, my friends, I'll be honest with you, like, a lot of my friends would not play that kind of game. But let's look at Marvel Rivals now. I've been streaming that a lot with the homie Alarion. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always so many different ways you can go about the game that I want to see done. Right, like Avengers is like the obvious way to go about it, in my opinion. Like Marvel's Avengers, you make it Destiny, Grand Theft Auto, our open world RPG. Marvel Rivals is a bit of an obvious way too. Now that we have Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, it's like, well, yeah, there's just gonna be an Overwatch clone, but you know that's what the people are saying. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it just sounds as a good game. You know what I'm saying? Like a good PvP shooter based on like, you know, IP characters and stories we've all really grown up with, the movies we know, the shows, the books. And the art, right? Like, sometimes it just takes for us to see a picture of Iron Man and Spider-Man standing together with Wolverine and Captain America, Ultimate Alliance 2 status. Or Iron Man, Hulk, and Spider-Man, right? From that little animated series short. I mean, I just love, I absolutely love being a part of the fandom because I just can't stop talking about it, really. You know what I'm saying? That's what's led me to script and screenwriting. It's like, I just can't stop talking. My friends, I just can't stop yapping about any of this stuff, right? So it's like, I gotta take the time to find a sustainable career and just yap online, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully train and sharpen and get better at talking more slowly and concisely so I can say more clear things. But again, I feel really in my element, again, on my channel here on YouTube, not just because I'm alone in my room streaming. Like, no, again, I just went to the gym today, right? I submitted some applications, you know what I'm saying? I'm applying places, I'm dropping off my resume, you know what I'm saying? It's summertime, you know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to take the time and focus on, like, my brain, you know what I'm saying? In a way, like, like, my own mental health, you know what I'm saying? Because it's pretty bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to some of these real things, you know what I'm saying? Like, not having a sustainable career, right? Like, being a lower-end streamer and having people kind of view me in that way. But I have no doubt, again, right? Like, I'm not doing this to become... But I am trying to cycle out or recycle or show gameplay. Stream. It hasn't been easy, guys. It hasn't been easy on the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. And I honestly, I feel it's a lot of people close to me that I love and I care about, they just want something else from me. And then there are other people that are like, no, like, do your thing. And it's like, I'm caught in between that. And you know what? I don't want to be caught in between that. I love my family. I love my friends, right? Like, I love my friends that I've seen Avengers Endgame with. I can't stop talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stop yapping about it. That's particularly a part of the reason why I'm kind of streaming is because it's like, dude, like, that's like a one-in-a-lifetime experience. That's like, I'm not trying to sit here and say, like, oh my gosh, this event, like, I'm not even talking about that all the time, half the time. It's just something great to think about. Like, oh man. And never would I've ever thought to go see one of probably the best Marvel movie of all time. I'm so excited for Doomsday. Avengers 5. But nothing compares to Avengers 4 Endgame with my close best friends that I've known since my childhood. Really, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? We fight, we argue. At the end of the day, I still can't help but find joy in these guys. And I haven't talked to them, some of them, just in a while because they're doing their thing. And I can't be more happy and proud of that. And then I've obviously talked to, you know, 1 or 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Stop by. You know how it goes here on YouTube stealthxknight in the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. This isn't like my little bat cave or anything, but you know. Oh, look, this Trevor's got a little bat cave. No, I mean, this is the place to reflect on me. Because, again, I made a lot of mistakes. Like, I really shouldn't be here doing it. Like, I am the incursion anomaly. Artificially.
These are teams you could only dream of. Welcome to the armory. The teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial.
Variant.
Time to power up. Powers are
But even through that, again, I'm just blessed, grateful, fortunate, lucky, and super thankful for you guys, YouTube, stealthxknight, stopping by, lurking, checking out the videos, even for a little bit of lurk is a lot of love, and I love it here on YouTube, stealthxknight, in the streaming sanctuary, my streaming sanctuary, right? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to have, like, a version of a bat cave, but it's not just to have a bat cave. It was to share my love for the Batman Arkham games.
The teams have 20 seconds left to prepare for the round.
You know, maybe I am the canon event. Maybe I am the anomaly, right? But, like, that's the thing. One of my best friends of all time, like, he knows this, right? Like, he's played Batman Arkham City with me. There's only one person I can share this story with, right? But not only that, I've also had my other best and my other closest friends. And this isn't meaning like some, oh, the others, like they're my other. No. I have like such close and best friends who have been there for me at the start of this year. I actually just saw one of them recently. I've been streaming with one of them throughout, you know what I mean? Say since the end of last year, we've been streaming together. And that's the NeXus. I don't want to lose that. I don't care if my heart breaks a million times over this shit. And you know what? I'm done making those mistakes that I've made. I've never been that kind of person. My friends should know this by now. There was always kind of this one kind of path. You know what I'm saying? I could have changed it a long time ago and suited up. But this is a different kind of suit, and it's a different kind of game that I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about Marvel's Avengers or Rivals or Overwatch 2. I'm talking about NeXus. Reassemble. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different time for that. You know what I'm saying? And again, I can't be more proud to just see some of my close best friends, like the people I hold close to my heart, just out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out there, like, do it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no waiting around. I've been stuck in so many places, and again, with a script screenwriting degree, who am I going to get to yap for my screenplays and scripts? Who's going to want to be my actress or my actor, right? Who's going to want to be those star power stars of my film? I don't know. And I'm not going to worry about any of that because I've already got so many great opportunities right here in front of me that go beyond just the idea of filmmaking, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, filmmaking is as easy as taking your phone and recording a scenic look. And I find that just so amazing and miraculous and beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because that just means that we can share so much with each other that we've never been able to before. I mean, I've never been able to talk about my favorite video games in this capacity, like yap in this capacity, right? Like be having an open mic, a NeXus, you know what I'm saying, channel to this capacity, YouTube stealthxknight, the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. I've never had this opportunity. And so I didn't stop there. I went to college, guys. Between all of this streaming, it wasn't all just a point to get me to, so I can just fuck off and start streaming now. Like, no. I'm shifting into a different part of my life, and it's very, very difficult for me. But having used the opportunity to go to college while also starting out as a streamer, because I can't do this and be in college classes at the same time. There's no way, you know, physically, right? Like, I had to literally focus on my classes, and at times that meant not streaming at all. So now that I've graduated a year and a half later, yeah, I'm going to be streaming a hell of a lot 10 times more because that's just what I want to do. That's just who I am. It's super, super, super lame in the eyes of people who I think are lame. And I'm not talking about my parents or anybody like that. I'm talking about the haters here on YouTube stealthxknight, in the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. I'm talking about these bots that stop by, that want to yap with stealthxknight when he's not trying to yap. But I'm here, I'm now, it's wow, it's pow, and it's the YouTube stealthxknight, the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary, unlimited, kapow, you know what I'm saying, ka-chow, alright, come here for the bing bow, alright, we just took a round win, and I miss my friends, man, I really do. I haven't seen them in a while, but I haven't just seen my friends, but when I think about it, I just saw them during the new year, practically, you know, December, January, so I just miss seeing them because we don't see each other every day. And I think that's what the homie that I played Batman Arkham City with, the Doctor Strange of Marvel's Avengers. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? Why do you think I play so much Marvel's Avengers, my guy? Doctor Strange was about to be in that same game with Iron Man. That game that I'm playing with Iron Man Doctor Strange. Okay, I'll stop right now. I'll try to talk a little bit more slowly. You know what I'm saying? I'll fix my breath here. But the good thing about it is you guys can't smell how gnarly it is. I love my guy. You know what I'm saying? I really have just been so appreciative of the time we've been able to share. A lot of difficulties and struggles, but I know now there's a little bit better of a hold on it. And if it's not perfect now, I don't know when it ever will be to stream. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if these guys are stopping by to watch me while I'm talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just why I'm so thankful for you guys. Because it's like, don't stop by. Come by later. You know what I'm saying? It's a VOD. It's a video on demand. You guys know Netflix, right? All right, well, I'm not saying this is YouTube, Netflix, stealthxknight. All right, but if you want to look at it that way, go ahead. All right, I wanted to have a YouTube channel with tons of Marvel's Avengers gameplay, and obviously other video games I was going to stream and do gameplay on, and tons of yapping, and a lot of vulgarity, because that's why not. It's fun on YouTube to get a little sus. But we haven't said anything mean, all right? My closest friends are white and they're Jewish, and they be making that money dough. I know how it go out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm YouTube stealthxknight in the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. And let me tell you this, those phonies out here on YouTube with the stealthxknight handle, come on. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take a lot of subscribers to really find the differentiation on the big game we're talking about here, all right? Avengers Endgame 2019 may be one of my most favorite, if not my most favorite, Marvel Cinematic Infinity Saga movies. But Marvel's Avengers is the big game, and I talk big game. I'm big game. I am YouTube stealthxknight in the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. Why? Because stealth is very, very important to all this tactability. All right, I'm not just talking about using all the stealth perks. I'm not just talking about slapping all the suppressors on. But shit, if we gotta use all the stealth perks, we gotta slap all the suppressors on. That's what we're gonna do here, and that's why it's titled YouTube stealthxknight. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on the board. We're going full auto. You know what I'm saying? We're not holding back now. We're hitting them hard. We're holding them back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't waiting. I ain't playing. Quit playing. We in Los Squirtos. Moving on to Viciatos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going into Vice City with GTA 6, you know what I'm saying, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. I want to stream the game. I need to stream the game. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be really real when I say this right now, you guys. If you guys love and support me, and I don't mean like, oh, you guys love me. Like, no, I mean like you guys like enjoy the channel. If you guys have like appreciation for this channel, the content I try to stream as much and put out, the gameplay, the VODs, the commentaries, if you guys appreciate it, I would appreciate all the love and support, the likes, the views, the comments. It all is a huge amount of engagement, and I would appreciate it if you guys just showed a little bit of love and support, right? Shared the video, dropped the like, all right? Turned on notifications, whatever you want to do, because we're moving into the next phase of what I want to experience in gaming, all right? We just started that next phase with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It's been a marvelous stream start, all right? The game actually runs pretty well, despite all the bugs at first. The game runs really well, and the game's got a very captivating story. It's Kevin Conroy's last performance as Batman, so I've been playing it in kind of parts, and I'm super excited to continue streaming it when I can continue streaming it. And you guys have been amazing for stopping by and checking it out with me, because I mean, I'm not saying I need the support to like live. Like, honestly, I've been blessed with a college degree in script screenplay writing. So this elevator pitch that I've built up in my mind, the kind of questions about the company that I should be asking, or the kind of questions that the company will ask me, for example, I've got it all built in my brain, and I don't want to stop feeling confident in that, you know? Like, I never knew who I'm gonna run into the next day. Obviously, when I'm streaming a lot in my room, I'm running to people online on the internet. But when I take the time to take out my resume or my application or my work or my ideas for Marvel's Avengers and what that could potentially lead to, I think to myself, I'm ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done enough research. One, I know a lot about some of this stuff. And two, well, they're always looking for people who are excited about some of this work. I'm excited about some of this work. You know what I'm saying? Not only streaming, all right, but really sustaining the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. I mean, it's a lot of VODs and gameplay and commentary, but why not, you know? I was just playing Marvel's Avengers this morning. Oh my gosh. And I can't help but think that is honestly some of the best Marvel's Avengers I've played. Like, those are just some of my thoughts today, because holy crap, that Hawkeye gameplay was so niche and nice to me, you know? And I say nice to me because that's what I wanted and expected when they went with Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix for Marvel's Avengers. So thank you guys for showing some support here on the channel. I really mean that. Like, that was like, honestly, when I say this, that was honestly the one game I was like, all right, I'm going to start with that in terms of like content streaming. Now, when I say content, I don't mean I was going to make like videos like that. I mean, I always thought about it, but so many people were going to make, you know, video guides and walkthroughs and 4K story mode gameplay. A lot of people are going to do that when it comes to Marvel's Avengers and this one video game at this one point in time. So what am I going to do? How have I continued to separate myself from the larger community that is actually pretty small, but the overall community? What have I done as a fan, right? Because I appreciate the community. I get like big names in the community, like Miller when he reports on Marvel's Avengers, Miller Ross on Twitter. Let's Set Off the Gamer is really popular as well. You got Jay Shockblast, you know what I'm saying? Caboose XBL. You guys know him. You guys know these guys. The real content. I'm a streamer. I'm a low end, annoying little streamer. I come into the chats. I yap to people. They don't want to hear about it, and I, you know. But you know, in retrospect, I just look up to these guys. I wanted to see that Black Panther game. I wanted to see Wonder Woman. And the fact that we have Marvel's Avengers, Injustice 2, right? Again, shout out to Caboose because, you know, Injustice 2 is one of the best superhero games of all time. No matter, it's like the story alone it elevates the superhero game genre, the gaming genre. You know, because Injustice Gods Among Us, that original game in 2012, 2013 was already phenomenal. It was already perfect. And they came back with a sequel that just stepped it up with gear, you know, the multiverse, the online play is cheeky, but yeah, I love Injustice 2 because I'm a DC fan. Batman is one of my most favorite superheroes, and obviously I like Marvel. So I just wanted to see that with Marvel characters. Maybe not like a PvP, you know, 2D art style, but you know, Marvel's Avengers was that for me. And then we got Marvel's Avengers announced too, which was incredible, phenomenal, and now we're seeing superhero video games canceled, you know. Now we're just seeing cancellations of games, which is kind of sad. But, you know, we got the Captain America Black Panther video game, which is going to be released, which I think is sweet. I think that's actually a smart strategy. Why make a Black Panther solo video game, right, when we should have one in reality? We should have a solo Black Panther video game where you can go to Wakanda. Actually, it should all be based in Wakanda. And then maybe you can go around other cool parts of the world, like Madripoor and Austria and Vienna. That would be sick. And Amsterdam. That would be a sick Black Panther game. But why make that Black Panther game when you could do it with the Avengers? Or Captain America and Black Panther, right? So that's kind of my view as a fan, being angry at these corporates for canceling Black Panther and Wonder Woman. Okay, I'm pissed that they canceled Black Panther and Wonder Woman. Like, I woke up to that shit, went on to Instagram, saw the hottest chick I've seen in my entire life, kept scrolling because she has a boyfriend, and saw that they canceled the fucking Black Panther video game. I mean, I should just say it's the end game, it's over, it's wraps right now, should I? But no, we have Marvel's Avengers with Black Panther and Captain America and Iron Man and Hulk and Thor, Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Clint Barton, the other Hawkeye, the Mighty Thor, Kate Bishop, Hawkeye 2, and the other Hawkeye, Clint Barton, aka Ronan, the Mighty Thor, the Winter Soldier, Peter Parker, and the Incredible Hulk. Thor Odinson, obviously. But geez, man, that's ridiculous if you think about it. Like, really, man? On Instagram, too, of all places.
The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go. Hello. Hi. Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
It's ridiculous, right? And by the way, when I mentioned this person, I mean that, like, in all honesty, in my heart. Like, she's like one of my closest friends, so yeah, like, she's one of the hottest girls I've ever seen in my entire life. But again, she's just a friend of mine, so I'm not like trying to be weird like that or anything. But you know, like, everyone knows it, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's awesome. And wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like big wow, because what the freak, you know what I'm saying? Like, Black Panther's canceled, like, that should be like the end all be all, right? But honestly, Marvel's Avengers did a pretty good job with Black Panther already. Like, I just can't stop playing that game for Black Panther or any of my other favorite Marvel Avengers characters that are in the game. And this is what's very difficult for me to talk about it as a fan. It's like, we should have had Black Panther Shuri in that game. We should have had Riri Williams, Ironheart, and She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. We should have had Elena Belova, Black Widow. We should have had all of these Avengers archetypes on top of having characters like Doctor Strange, Ant-Man and the Wasp, WandaVision, War Machine, Captain Marvel, Mockingbird, Falcon, Marvel, Quake. Quake was my most favorite character to like get my hands on. How that game actually panned out the way I wanted it to, you know, Marvel Rival style. So Marvel, or you know, but so thank you Marvel Rivals, thank you NetEase and all the developers, because I'm a huge fan of what they're doing with the characters. We're getting Ultron later this week, on Friday. I'm very excited to try that out with the NeXus. We're gonna get another strategist, and it's gonna be sick, in my opinion, to have another good goated strategist. He looks goated. People are saying he's like underpowered and shit, but you know, the larger community hasn't tapped into him yet. You know, it's the same exact thing, actually. Shout out to the NeXus. It's the same exact thing when critics like Rotten Tomatoes, for example, are able to get early access reviews to movies like, you know, Thunderbolts, for example, and break the review that it's actually a goated movie, to which it is. You know what I'm saying? But think about it, what it's like for bad movies now, right? Movies that people think about are bad, but aren't actually that bad. You know, like Batman v Superman. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. There are like two different people in this world. Maybe there's the third, the Lex Luthor type, who just does not give a fuck. But there are people who actually think Batman v Superman is like a fine, marvelous, good, all right. There's no in between. It's just a fine. It's a goated. And then there are other people who are just like, for some reason, despise that movie and its warehouse scene and everything it stands for. Which, by the way, I don't get. It's one of the best Superman movies I've ever seen. All right. I love the Lois and Clark dynamic. I love how Perry is very well involved. I love how they were able to balance all that out. On top of that, with having Martha in the movie, Martha Wayne, Thomas Wayne, Alfred, Bruce, Lex. It's a really good Dawn of Justice origin movie. And as from a screenwriter with a bachelor's degree in script writing, you ain't ever gonna see a Batman movie better than that. You know what I'm saying? And we just got the Batman 2022 by Matt Reeves, who came out swinging. And let me tell you this, that is one of the best Batman movies that I've ever seen since Batman Forever and Batman Begins. And Batman Hush 2019. Basically every good Batman movie, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, with Dwayne McDuffie's writing in Justice League Unlimited, I've never seen any Batman movie as good, like an origin story, as well written, as cohesive, you know, with Robert Pattinson's... Dude, you know he's in the bat suit for, like, the majority of the movie? He only takes off the mask, like... You know, and that's a 3-hour Batman movie. It's 2 hours and 56 minutes, by the way. Now, think about this. It's 2 hours and 56 minutes. So that 56-minute mark, think about that. Is that an Avengers Endgame movie now to you? Or is it that a Batman movie to you? And that's why I love and appreciate my friends. Like, you know, if we've seen a Marvel Avengers Endgame movie, I'm going to say right now while I'm streaming, if any of my homies are listening in, NeXus, Reassemble, Marvel's Avengers, alright, The Avengers, alright, stealthxknight's New Avengers, and the NeXus Reassemble Chimera. I would love to check out, like, any new DC Comics movie. Alright, we got Superman coming out in July. I know things are a little bit difficult for all of us right now. We're all in different places. But that's just the Superman, you know, reinterpretation, reintroduction to the DC universe. You know, I don't want to say it's just Superman. Like, no. Let Superman fly. You know what I'm saying? Let's all go see Superman together. You know, tell me how you guys think about it. Because I'm super excited. I haven't been this excited for a movie, honestly, probably since Avengers Endgame. Because Superman in DC, the Justice League, those are my favorite characters growing up. You know? And it's like, yeah, I need to find a job. I need to get a really balanced out career right now. But, I mean, as far as it goes, streaming, commentating, screenplay writing, this is why I'm a fan. This is what all excites me. I don't want to let go of this experience. Again, shout out to my homie, right? One of my best friends who played Batman Arkham City with me. Dude, we're getting a Superman movie this year, man. You know, I'm not expecting him to watch this. We're all busy right now, but it's a VOD. It'll get put up. Oh my gosh, I'm just streaming to play Overwatch 2 right now and level up. Like, sue me. I mean, please, I'm submitting my application to Legendary Entertainment and all these official places. But please, man, I am so excited for this new Superman movie. 2025 July Superman. I'm saying this too when I've been so out of my mind that it's like, yeah, dude, Superman in July is gonna hit, bro. I just want to see that movie now, man. Honestly, Superman is one of my most anticipated movies this year. On top of that, being Captain America: Brave New World, a Minecraft movie, as well as Thunderbolts. Right, I'm a huge comic book movie nerd within the genre. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other good movies out right now too that have been coming out. You know, you got Sinners, Mission Impossible, the Keke Palmer movie. Excuse me, I forgot the title, but it's on Netflix right now. You guys can stream it, and it looks really funny. You know what I'm saying? It gives me good vibes. You know what I'm saying? Keke Palmer is a phenomenal actress who suited up as Rogue for a Halloween costume, which I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? More diversity within our comic book culture. I mean, I am black, so to see a Black Panther video game get canceled is like very unfortunate. But to also see that we have Marvel's Avengers, I can play that game right now. I've been playing that game, I've been streaming it, which is really the root of my issues and problems right now that I've been facing. You know what I'm saying? I need to elevate beyond Marvel's Avengers and, you know, Black Panther gameplay. But the suits that they adapted for that video game, excuse me, Ryan Coogler's Black Panther 2018 suits, featuring the Civil War Black Panther suit and the Avengers Infinity War nanotech mesh suit. I love what Marvel's Avengers did and how well that game is for Black Panther, because that's what I want to see in my Black Panther video game. I want to see a really good and deep, in-depth combat system, because Black Panther is one of the most overpowered Marvel characters in the universe. Right? When you really think about it, right? You think about characters like Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. They're overpowered, right? Now let's think about Black Panther, for example. King of Wakanda, overpowered. Now put Spider-Man and Wolverine next to Black Panther. That's why I'm excited for these new Avengers movies. We're finally going to get an Avengers movie with, hopefully, Iron Man and Captain America. But even if it is a different portrayal by, you know, phenomenal actors and actresses like Nolan North or Roger Craig Smith is a really good interpretation of Captain America, I really, really, really want to see, no matter what, right, just a really good Marvel surprise introduction to having Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Wolverine fight together on side, because that was always my idea for an Avengers movie. Is you get Black Panther, Tom Holland, you get the Black Panther, T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, and you get the black symbiote suit, Tom Holland. In the black symbiote suit. You get Tom Holland in the black symbiote suit. So now you have Black Panther and black suited Spider-Man. Tom Holland, T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. Chadwick. You know what I'm saying? He's the Black Panther, one of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a superhero. You know what I'm saying? And I know the movies, everything is fake. But when we're talking about racism and all these very real-world things that I face, to see a black superhero, War Machine, Falcon, Captain America, Black Panther, Photon, Nick Fury lead the Avengers, you know what I'm saying? I mean, bullshit you're going to make that joke about Captain America Civil War having black people on both teams to prove that they're not racist. I mean, Nick Fury started the Avengers and he is black, so what are you going to say now? The whole Avengers thing is built upon racism? I mean, go ahead. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because the Marvel Comics universe and the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, multiverse, the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse now, is one of my most favorite artist adaptations. I'm always going to stand for the appreciation, the lore, the work that went into it, the history, and there's a lot of dark history behind it too, from what I can recall on in my brain. And with all that said, thank you, Marvel Entertainment. Thank you, Marvel Comics. Thank you, Kevin Feige, for giving the all-green go to let Marvel's Avengers 2020 have the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, suits and costumes and cosmetics be adapted for that video game's larger narrative. It wasn't perfect, and we didn't get all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe suits that I wanted. For example, Iron Man should have had, like, the Iron Man 2 Extremis Mark 6, excuse me. He should have had a lot of these armors, but I'm so thankful that we got a game with the Infinity War armor, the Endgame armor. You got an Iron Man armor from Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, and Iron Man 3 being the Mark 40, and that was just, or the Mark 42, excuse me. The Mark 42. The Mark 42 is the armor that you get from completing a lot of the challenges. And dude, that's why Marvel's Avengers is one of my favorite games, because let's look at Black Panther now. Alright, I'm one of my favorite characters of all time. Why? Because, yeah, I am black. I'm gonna like my black characters. But he's got 2 Marvel Cinematic Universe suits. Just 2. And that's because T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, showed up in the MCU wearing those 2 marvelous suits. Those are the 2 suits that T'Challa was wearing in the MCU. When he was fighting alongside and against the Avengers in Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War 2016-2018. So I'm just a huge fan. And it's 2025, by the way. It's been so many years. I'm really reflecting on the impact of these stories, because I've been able to go to them with my family. I've been able to go to them with my friends. I've been able to go to them by myself numerous times, right? I went to the theaters back when I graduated high school to rewatch Far From Home and Endgame multiple times in theaters, because they were given out movie posters, and they also had scenes attached to the film to kind of show more about the production and kind of, share more about, Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home with longer scenes. I really wish that Spider-Man Far From Home had an edited version of the movie with that bar restaurant fight scene against the Magia, just because of how really, 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 really well it flows with the rest of the movie, that is Spider-Man Far From Home, because they really just started out with the Mysterio sequence, and then you jump to the fight sequence at the harbor. I would have just loved that one sequence in between, where you got to see Spider-Man fighting, in the bar, in the casino. I would have loved that. And I got to see that in theaters. That was the one time I saw it in theaters. To me, that's the definitive version of Spider-Man Far From Home, just because it flows so good with the movie. It's a perfect Peter Parker Spider-Man moment. It's very comedic and it's lighthearted, and it really, really, really drives home the tone, the thematics, and the overall theme of Spider-Man Far From Home, if anything. And I think that is one of the things that actually hurts against Spider-Man Far From Home from it not being in the movie. Because I think that's like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It's a perfect movie. But when I think about it, I'm like, dang it, dude. If they would have actually had that scene in there, man, how much would I have more of it? It's like, when I think about that movie, how much more would I have enjoyed it? But still, Spider-Man Far From Home 2019 is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. Like, I didn't really fully realize how well that Spider-Man movie was going to be in 2019 because, it was such a long kind of wait for me, in my opinion, to Captain Marvel. And then Avengers Endgame finally hit, and it was like, yes, dude, it's here. And it lived up to it. For some people, it might not be as perfect, but to me, Avengers Endgame is a perfect Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. It's a good culmination movie. That's where I think Spider-Man Far From Home as an epilogue is, like, awesome. Because it's like you can watch it as the real ending to the MCU Infinity Saga. Excuse me, the Infinity Saga, right? Because the MCU was going to continue, and it did with Black Widow and WandaVision. Right, that's so cool. So in 2020, the pandemic hits. But we get Black Widow and WandaVision in 2020. Black Widow brought us back to the theaters. WandaVision really kicked it off with the Disney Plus streaming era. I don't have any notes. As a script screenplay writer, young, so desperate to work in a large industry of titans and stand on their shoulders somehow to convey my appreciation of these stories and hopefully share my perception of a Marvel Avengers story, I can't think of anything else that's been more perfect. To end the Infinity Saga with Captain Marvel 2019, Avengers Endgame of 2019, Spider-Man Far From Home 2019, Avengers movies. And then we take a break because very real world things are happening, and then in 2021 we kick it back up with female-led Avengers movies, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very significant to point out. I'm not just trying to say this is like some oh, now he's trying to bring in the women. Like, no, like they didn't start out with they didn't come back again with no, it was, what was it? It was WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, okay, Loki, right? The characters we know, and then in theaters it was Black Widow. Freaking Black Widow, you know what I'm saying? And that's funny because it's the movie that people have wanted to see. I find it a little hysterical. It's like we should have seen this movie a lot sooner, right? Shouldn't we have seen this Black Widow movie in 2014, 2015 when Age of Ultron, The Winter Soldier came out? And it's like, well, damn it, dude. We were so close. And we're closer than ever before. We are closer than ever before to Avengers 5 Doomsday, guys. I'm so excited for Avengers 5 Doomsday. I still think Avengers 5 The Kang Dynasty, whatever that movie was, still would have looked cool, in my opinion. That still would have looked cool, in my opinion. I still would have definitely loved to have seen that Avengers style movie. With the new Avengers fighting Kang, the Conqueror. But it's all good, guys, because we're getting the new Avengers, the others, right? Loki, the Wakandans, right? Namor, Shang-Chi, Shuri, and then we're also getting the Thunderbolts, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the new Avengers. There's going to be a lot of surprises in this new Avengers for us, and as a fan, someone who needs a job as a fan, let's just wait and see what it is. Everyone online right now is already talking about this movie, making videos. You see it online. I'm doing it right now as well. And what's the one thing I'm going to just honestly say about this movie is let's just wait and see what it is. I don't know what it is. There's only been leaked set photos of apparently, they're bringing back the Sentinels. Man, would that be cool to see? the Sentinels fighting against the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, the others. And when I say the others, I'm talking about like these. There's other characters, like within the story, that we are still, you know, like the others could seriously tie into something that we don't even know yet and tap into something very new.
We're just getting started, and it's anyone's match.
Hello there.
Yeah, and I think it just made rewatching X-Men: The Last Stand one of my favorite movies ever. So this is the Avengers Doomsday cast. The others: Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Letitia Wright as Black Panther, Tenoch Huerta as Mejia, hope I'm pronouncing that, I'm sorry, Tenoch, as Namor, and Winston Duke as M'Baku. I'm gonna tell you these guys right now, I've seen this list. That's my favorite part of the list, is the others. Because we know we're getting the new Avengers and the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four, by the way, which I'm really excited about. We know we're getting the Thunderbolts, the new Avengers. We know we're getting all these characters. So, the others, right? Like, what do you mean you didn't put Shang-Chi, Simu Liu, and Black Panther, Shuri, and Namor with the new Avengers? Well, this is the thing. Avengers 5 was always going to be a new Avengers-led movie. You know, the original Avengers, all right, the 6 that we knew, they were going to take a break. All right, it's certainly Black Widow and Iron Man because they're dead in the storylines, but, you know, come on. I was always in love, okay, truly. I was always appreciative about the new Avengers story that was focused on Sam Wilson, Captain America, Wanda Maximoff, Scott Lang, Hope Van Dyne, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Rhodey, the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, Thor Odinson, Hawkeye, Clint Barton, and obviously all their allies that I have not named, beyond just those, all those, like, what, like 9, 10 Avengers that I'm just naming? You know what I'm saying? It was a new Avengers movie. And this new Avengers movie is filled with characters throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's like throughout the MCU, they've just shown you the new Avengers. And it's like, well, you know, we want the Avengers. We want, like, Iron Man back. And, like, people are going to complain. It's like, well, I'm not complaining. We just got Captain America Brave New World 2025 with Sam Wilson. Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson leading the charge now. You know what I'm saying? And, dude, if you guys have any doubts about that guy, go back and rewatch Captain America The Winter Soldier 2014. Dude jumps out of the elevator, all right? But this time, he doesn't have Falcon wings, and he's not Super Soldier Serum juiced up to freaking break the fall. So he has to land inside a helicopter flown by Nick Fury alongside Natasha Romanoff. It's one of my most favorite Marvel movies of all time, and I'll never forget seeing it in theaters with 2 of my friends. You know what I'm saying? 2 of some of my best and close friends that I grew up with. It was phenomenal. It was amazing, and I hope that they are ready for these next waves of Avengers movies, because I am so thankful and grateful. And yeah, I mean, it's just Thunderbolts was marvelous, right? Because it wasn't trying to be like this grander scheme, you know, oh, the world's ending, here come the aliens movie, you know what I'm saying? It was just a fine story that, yes, had Marvel action, yes, had Marvel humor. It has all the things you know about a Marvel movie, and in my opinion, this being the 37th, 36th Marvel movie in the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse / Cinematic Universe. It was pretty good. It was all right. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I've enjoyed many of these Marvel movies. If anything, I think the one Marvel movie that people have a nasty taste in their mouth with is Quantumania. And I'm not just saying that because of Jonathan Majors dilemma, you know, that's just all Hollywood stuff. I'm just saying that because people want, like, better stories with Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne, because we actually love those characters, you know what I'm saying? Like, we love Hope, you know what I'm saying? We love her, and we want to see her with the new Avengers, you know what I'm saying? We want to see Scott Lang be funny and do all these things, but we just want to see it in, like, a newer, kind of more broader, more cohesive, you know, all the things, you know what I'm saying? More nuanced kind of story that isn't just, like, Quantumania, because we know you guys have been setting up Quantumania, and it's cool that we finally got to get there, but it's going to be really cool in my opinion, all right? And I think this is spoiler alert for Avengers 5. It's going to be really cool how they're jumping between realities, and we go through the quantum realm, you know, Veb's there, that kind of deal. You know, I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was literally like my first theory coming out of Quantumania. I was like, well, this place is like here now, you know? You know what I mean? Like, it's like everything like New York City with the new Avengers Tower, right? Like Wakanda. Talocan in the ocean. Tao Lao. You know, with Shang-Chi, it's a good time. It's a good time to be a Marvel fan, right? There's so many areas in the MCU that actually make it feel like a Marvel Cinematic Universe and multiverse, because we've all been able to kind of not sit through it, but we've all been able to experience it, right? It's all been exciting. I've been excited and ecstatic to see it with my friends, to see Avengers Endgame. I can only hope that they just, like, appreciate the scale that that movie went to, right? Like, we go all over the place with that movie. We go all over the timeline with that movie, from, like, 2019 New York to 2012 New York to Asgard, right? Like, these iconic locations in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And there's no other Marvel movie that does that. That's the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that does that, right? Like, that is the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic multiverse, right? Like, that is really where you see the seeds from What If being pulled from and taken into other aspects like Loki and Multiverse of Madness, for example. Like, I love the connectivity between the Sacred Timeline and the Time Variance Authority and all the cool shit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I love now. Like, okay, in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania 2023, we got introduced to multiversal engine cores, which made a return in Deadpool and Wolverine, by the way. So, if you're following with what I'm streaming with right now, I'm talking about Marvel's event, multiversal engine cores, come on. I'm not trying to say that all my VODs or my PC or my streaming are multiversal engine cores, but if you've seen the movies, if you're listening in, if you're just watching, you're just checking this out, you know that the Marvel Cinematic Universe got pretty bloated and blown up to a point where, in my opinion, Deadpool and Wolverine is one of the most perfect and fun adaptations of Marvel that I've seen in recent years, because of how, like, kind of studio, you know, corporate kind of spearheaded it is, right? It was the only Marvel movie to release in 2024. Right, we got one movie in 2024. It was Deadpool and Wolverine, the movie of the year, the movie of the summer. After having years, all right, of, right, 2023, we got 3 Marvel movies. 2022, we got 3 Marvel movies. In 2021, we got 4 Marvel movies, right? In 2024, we got Deadpool and Wolverine, which really was to set us up for 2025 with Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts, / the New Avengers, aka the New Avengers, and of course, Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four, First Steps, and of course, Daredevil Born Again, my favorite of the year so far. Because, man, you know, that's a Marvel Cinematic Universe. But again, you see all those seeds planted for all of this back when you watch movies like Endgame, you know, and them traveling through the multiverse, right? You see it, you know, watching movies like Captain Marvel and Spider-Man Far From Home, you know, all these good Marvel movies. And it's just all about the writing and the story. And I only hope, my passion, my dream, is that I can talk about this in such a way where it not only fuels my creative ideas like it is right now, right? Because streaming is a very personal thing. It's a very selfish thing for me right now. But I want to also find a way to branch out and just, like, kind of keep it like an open conversation. Like, yes, it's about video games and streaming and topics like this. You know, it's very, very one-sided and skewed. But there's so many dark things going on in the world right now. It's like, how do we stay whole as people? You know what I'm saying? How do we individualize ourselves without harming anyone? You know what I'm saying? Socially, it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? I've made so many mistakes, and again, I just want to be more focused and better off for myself right now, so that way, heading off, I can look back on this VOD and this stream and say that I was able to stream about something, talk about something, what my favorite video games, what my favorite movies, where the writing's gonna go next. You know what I'm saying? Like, being here as a fan in this time with other fans, and the very real reality of it is I'm not the only fan, right? Like, I have other people that I can talk to about this, right? Like, close friends and family members, and it's so fun to enjoy that. And I'm never gonna have a time like this ever again in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? I'm 24 years old right now. YouTube, stealthxknight, YouTube, stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. My name is Trevor, by the way. So, in case anyone is gonna use that against me, it's 6 letters, capital T, Trevor. I know some people misspell it with 2 E's. There's only 1 E. But regardless, 2 E's, 1 E, I am YouTube stealthxknight in the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. And funny enough about that, stealthxknight only has 1 E as well. So yeah. We're just trying to level up our battle pass right here and make sure we get these player titles. I'm really keen on getting that.
Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins. The armory is about to close.
I'm really keen on getting some of these player titles. Magic Technician just looks sick, and I, of course, would love the other one. But I gotta reach level 95, so it's gonna take a lot of XP, gonna take a lot of games.
Commencing attack on objective
I find it hilarious in a game like Overwatch, like my team sees that tank getting flustered, and we all just need to pounce on him, right? Like, that was a good pounce. That was a good pounce. Now we can take this round, you know what I'm saying? But not a lot of players do that. Not a lot of players do it like that.
My ultimate is charging. Thank you. My ultimate is charging.
I mean, Overwatch 2 is just one of my more favorite games recently because it's like, it's so dorky and fantastical in like ways that like I couldn't even imagine for, you know, I just couldn't even imagine it, really. I just couldn't even imagine it, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? Right, get him, tank, get him! Oh my gosh! I'm sending him back to the heap. I love this little rolling ball. It just reminds me of that scene from Infinity War with Wanda lifting the rolling anti-personnel sentries. I looked it up, by the way, like what wraps mean in Black Ops 3, and it means that exactly. So those are the wraps from Black Ops 3, just adapted for Avengers Infinity War. But they're wraps. They're just giant-sized wraps. Like, holy shit, that scene is sick. You know what I'm saying? Giant-sized wraps. I've never seen anything like that. By the way, I'll go into Instagram and I'll scroll through, see like the hottest women you've seen your entire life. Like my friends, you know what I'm saying, are so beautiful. Like my crush, right? Like, you know, again, she's got a boyfriend, so I can't really do anything about that. But like, right? But then those robotic anti-personnel sentries, rolling anti-personnel sentries from Avengers Infinity War 2018, that frame is sick. You know what I'm saying? That frame is sick. I would love to see that adapted for a Marvel's Avengers video game, like, you know, expansion or sequel. I don't think they're ever going to get there, to be honest with you. It's all about money now, but one can imagine it. I mean, you know, I could talk about it, and Marvel Rivals will come out with something pretty cool. I thought that was just really sick, by the way. Those raps. Yeah, just shout out to the rap scene featuring Wanda Maximoff in Avengers Infinity War. That scene is sick. No way.
The objective's online. Oh, Soldier 76 is back in command.
That ult right there might have only kept us into the game if his Reinhardt can just dash onto the objective right away. No, he's a dork, man. Why didn't you just dash in? Whatever. This game is a little bit more difficult for players like me who just can't obviously handle the tank role or handle the heal role or handle any of the roles, but
Let's run this play back.
I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? And this is like the reason why I just don't mind about a lot of it, because it's like it's all gonna lead somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like I never thought how much I would like enjoy rewatching the Fast and the Furious, Transformers movies this year. Holy crap, it's 77 degrees outside. But they're some of my favorite movies as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, these franchise movies obviously are... In retrospective truth, I mean, what's been happening over the last few months, for me specifically? Okay, let me just tell you this. I am trying to move forward with my career so much. I don't know how difficult it is to explain it, but applying for jobs online, this job board thing has been difficult. It's been a struggle. But I have my college degree. Like that's, you know, that's like, you can't take that away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's like really, really important to what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I chose it specifically because of what I was interested in. What is it? Movies. And it really started out as directing. Okay, honestly, I started out like, oh, I want to direct movies. This very broad thing I knew nothing about. So what did I do? I started reading books. I started reading books. I read this book called The Portable Film School. I don't know if you guys can see it right here, hopefully. Written by D.B. Gills, author of The Screenwriter Within. So maybe I need to check that. I haven't read that. This is the only book I read by D.B. Gillies. All right, but this book right here, The Portable Film School, this is like one of the first books I've read. And by the way, I read quite a few books and texts and writings, you know, I've read a lot, you know what I'm saying, of scripts. I've read a lot of different scripts, you know, by my classmates, short stories too, features. I've just read them, and I've really I've been taking in the actual amount of work that goes into developing the story. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of conversations. But yeah, The Portable Film School, everything you learn in film school without ever going to class. I read this. Portable Film School for screenwriters and filmmakers, right? Everything you would learn in film school without ever going to class. I read this before I started going to community college and started taking my general education courses. Obviously, I took a lot of film courses, right? Intro to film.
Welcome to the armory. Now's the time for our teams.
I took a lot of this. I did that, right? I've never shared this before. I didn't make a video on YouTube, right? I didn't really talk to my friends about like that. I'm just telling this to everyone out right now. You know what I'm saying? That's like an intro to stealthxknight. Is I did this. This is my own studying, and I'm gonna continue to sharpen this.
The first round is almost here. The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go.
Right.
The time for preparations is almost up.
Hello. Join me. Join with me.
And like that's kind of my point when I'm trying to bring it back to all these things. Like I've just never been able to experience this. I've never been able to experience this. So like when it all ties back around to like my difficulties and my struggles, it's like, well, I can stream right here now. This is like what I've been devoting a lot of my time to, and it's not to get paid. It's just a stream, you know? It's just a stream. You know what I'm saying? Really to begin out my video creating, you know, because it's like how can you really make videos? There's like so many ways nowadays. You can stream it, you can live stream it, you know what I'm saying? You can live stream it, right? And it becomes a VOD. You know what I'm saying? It'll get saved to my YouTube channel, right? Like you can record it and you obviously edit it and it gets played in a theater and it gets played on a projection. I love that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's all videos. It's all videos. It's all, by the way, it's long form content. I don't expect anybody to watch it. I know no one's watching this shit right now. It's long form content. Coming in here and yapping and shit, and it's just like, again, those notions, you know what I'm saying? It's like, at what point in a video such as this do you find yourself as the viewer like, oh yeah, now I'm engaged? I don't know what it is, because for me, I just fell in love with YouTube and everyone in the space, right? Everyone that was reporting on the news, the channels, my favorite YouTubers, getting kind. And I want to be like that kind of streamer, like, oh, like he's streaming, talking about the new content. To anybody new, that, you know what I mean? Like, again, we just had to cancel Black Panther and Wonder Woman video games. So it's not just a female superhero-led video game being canceled now. It's another male, you know, tentpole, right? Like, very, very huge IP with Black Panther in the Marvel Universe being canceled. And it's just like, it makes you wonder. Again, from a gaming perspective, it's like, you know, it really shows how hard the production is behind this. You know, getting voice casting, funding, you know what I'm saying, the right art direction, you know what I'm saying, actually making money and success, making a successful video game. It's a lot difficult. It's a lot of difficulties too. Same thing. It's like the same thing with the film. I'm not even just trying to say this because I have a screenwriting degree or like I know about movies, right? I'm a cinema bro. Like, no, it's just the same thing with film. Like, production is not easy. You know how hard it was for me to get my short film The Midnight off the ground? And the fact that I have it unlisted here on my YouTube channel is crazy to me because, well, I could be showing it off, but it's kind of like more like a seasonal theater thing for me, especially if this is a YouTube channel. I want to treat it more seasonally, you know what I'm saying? Like The Midnight. I mean, I could just put it up right now for people to check out if they really want to. You know, it's that easy, you know what I'm saying, from my YouTube channel. It's costing me in this Overwatch game already, dude. But again, I appreciate the support, y'all, because that's kind of how I see myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like in years from now because I never thought about how I was going to see myself like in 2025. So now I've been in kind of the mindset of like, all right, now I'm going to be moving into, you know, moving on. You know, like things are going to keep unfolding and it's like, well, things are going to keep changing, obviously. So what am I going to do about it? Well, I like Marvel's Avengers as a video game. It's one of my favorite video games. No one else can say that on the face of the planet. Obviously, the Marvel's Avengers community, like my friends that I play the game with in the community on Steam, right? When we group up, when we raid, as you guys have seen in the raid, right? That I stream with, because it's not just a single-player game. We love the game, but like I stream it and I make videos on it. Like I really am trying to show you guys, like I really have just another appreciation for this type of genre and these thematics when it comes to the medium. Because again, I grew up with video games such as Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, right? I'd already seen X-Men and Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk, right? Iron Man had come out in 2008, but nothing was like playing that Marvel Cinematic Universe game, essentially, right? With Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And that's why when I bring up Marvel's Avengers, it's just like, damn it, dude. It's like that game wasn't trying to be like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. If anything, if that game was perfect, in a perfect multiversal world, which by the way, nothing's perfect. And that's what Marvel's Avengers is to me. It's an imperfect game. I have no doubt that it would have been classified as an Ultimate Alliance type game because the roster is kind of thin. It's kind of light. We should have had Captain Marvel at launch. They should have came out swinging with her. First character to drop, and they should just kept building it out, and then they could have ended with more niche characters, or in fact they could have added in dual characters at the same time. Like imagine getting both Clinton Barton and Kate Bishop at the same time, but instead we got Hawkeye, then we got Clinton Barton Hawkeye, then we got Black Panther, then we finally got the Mighty Thor, then we finally got the Winter Soldier, and if you were on PlayStation, well, you definitely got Spider-Man, which is great. But I didn't get to play as Spider-Man because I was very keen, very set on playing Marvel's Avengers on Steam. Why? Well, for one thing, I didn't really care for much of a Spider-Man exclusivity, knowing how Sony has been with Spider-Man all throughout the series, like as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, again, movies like Avengers Infinity War, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home are some of my favorite Marvel movies ever. The fact that all that even happened. Right? And it's like why my pitch to being Miles Morales is like so far light years above whoever's gonna play Miles Morales in the MCU. Phenomenal actor, but my excitement for Marvel just tramples his automatically because he knows nothing about Marvel's Avengers. And the joy that I had leading up to a video game that could have characters like Doctor Strange, War Machine, Ant-Man and the Wasp, WandaVision, Black Bolt, Medusa, the Inhumans, the Guardians of the Galaxy game characters, Elena Belova, Ironheart, Riri Williams, Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, Shuri, Black Panther. You can play Shuri as the Black Panther, by the way. So think about a video game like Marvel's Avengers. We've been streaming about it, right? Think about Marvel's Avengers now. Think about that game, right? Just think about that game, right? I don't care if you hate it, if you love it, if you hate me, if you hate yourself. I don't care. I love my family and friends. All right, reasons number one why you shouldn't kill yourself in a video game. Think about Marvel's Avengers. Now imagine all that, but with the X-Men and Fantastic Four, right? I ain't talking about Marvel Rivals. We got Rivals, NetEase, W, keep it coming. More MCU suits, more comic accurate suits, and we'll appreciate you for it. But seriously, when it comes to Marvel Rivals and Marvel's Avengers, right, like who's gonna be the one to come out and say like, oh yeah, like, you know, like no, like that's, come on, we're gonna get a Wolverine game soon too. I'm surprised that's not canceled. So thankful for Marvel's Avengers. Oh no, round lost. Honestly, when you complete the match, you get experience. So my goal is just to play the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to win. This isn't even, well, it is ranked, but this isn't like Marvel Rivals ranked. We're back streaming Overwatch again. Shout out to the NeXus. Yeah, we did like an 11-hour stream. What was it? 2 weeks ago now. A week and a half ago, and it was ridiculous because I really, really wanted to get as much of these Overwatch challenges in as I could. I got my iTunes open right now. I'm not streaming with the headset on in this VOD, as you guys can clearly see, right? Because, well, when I stream solo, it definitely gives me the opportunity to kind of go lightheaded mode and take off my headset and just open up. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a fan of gaming, but haven't really been a fan of the whole, you know, headset. You know, I wanted to stretch off to more earbuds, but my PC setup isn't really allowing me that right now. It's a little bit more difficult. It's been a little bit more difficult for me to do that, honestly.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
Yeah, this 11-hour stream we did on May 13th. Just like 2 weeks ago on Tuesday was ridiculous, man. But I fought through it. I fought through that stream particularly because there's a lot of gameplay to get, a lot of VODs. And I've been really, if anything, I have honestly just been stressed out having to focus on really getting a career. You know, like that's why I stuck through college. You know, it's not something easy. A lot of people, you know, don't do that. I'm not talking about anyone specifically because everyone has their own journey in life. But with me, okay, it became important in a way, in a different way, to really find something out in no matter what field I chose. You know, for other people it's medical, for other people it's business administration related. It's so many different things out here in life. And what, okay, streaming, he wants to just stream and play video games all day. It really just goes beyond that. It really, really does. Because if anything, I don't want to play video games all day. In fact, I despise playing video games. In any time where it's just like, there's so many other things going on right now. And it just reminds me about how special I really am. Because there were times when I couldn't make anything happen. And there have been times when no one's won. You know, and I think it's a very real things we face socially. So to be older now, it's like, well, I can do something. What can I do? I can go live, I can stream, I can talk, I can commentate, I can yap, I can essentially make a YouTube video without the worry of so many viewers or wanting so many viewers. I mean, that part of YouTube sucks in my opinion. Like, fuck that. And shout out to the NeXus, man. That's just way more cool when the homie Alarion will pop by, say what's up and dip. You know what I'm saying? When he's just going on about his day. You know what I'm saying? Or it'll be cool when I could just stream as I've been streaming out right now, solo dolo. You know what I'm saying? Just commentating, yapping, stealthxknight style. You know what I'm saying? One-man army, the War Machine should have got him. I mean, if I have to keep breaking it down, I mean, the whole gameplay of Marvel's Avengers automatically changes from a defeat automatically to a W when you get different characters in the gameplay mix-up, such as War Machine, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man and the Wasp, WandaVision, some of my personal favorites involved. And the fact that we have rivals now too on that level is great. It's awesome. You know, I just see the potential in all of it, and to really bring it home, right? Like, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope with all that's been going on, no matter the darkness of the world, and no matter how much multi-fandom is going on between all of us, because we are excited fans, I just hope that with whatever it is for you and your journey and your path, you know, W's. You know, really W's. I mean, that was kind of what my birthday post on Instagram was related to in 2024, right? Like, the first thing I wanted to put was, like, the letter W. So I said, like, you know, I wasn't quite yapping today. I usually try to. Because I've been known to talk fast to people. And, you know, it sucks, you know, to have been told, man, your breath kind of stinks. It's gnarly. And I think about that a little bit, and it just means that I can always move forward doing better, you know? Like, I mean, it's just like an opportunity and experience that I don't think anybody is really, you know, because everyone is on their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ever trying to create a divide, or, you know, we have a 6-player Marvel's Avengers game, Rivals now. It's like, there was a time when I wanted that more than anything. More than a 4-player Fortnite game. More than 4-player co-op zombies. Is a 4-player, 6-player Avengers game. And, like, to reflect on all of that with my close friends, man, I don't think people really are gonna know it. Because that's the biggest secret of them all. It's not about hiding in plain sight, you know? It's not about being stealthxknight. I mean, this is stealthy xxx for crying out loud. You can just call me stealthy porn, stealthy x vids. I mean, I'm not trying to say my YouTube channel is just filled with a bunch of gaming porn, but I'm a video gamer. We live in a very Pornhub real world. So yeah, I'm gonna want my YouTube channel to be filled with Avengers combat gameplay narrative commentary. I'm 24 years old right now. I don't know any better, but I do know this. And now, very much so, I know. Or at least I'm a bachelor in script screenplay writing. I haven't mastered it. But that's one thing for another. That's one thing for another day to get a master's in screenwriting. In script screenplay writing. You know, to have a master's degree with a feature-length film.
Welcome to the stadium. First up, the teams are going head-to-head in control.
Getting my bachelor's degree was step one, you know, and I definitely thought about going back for my master's, but the support for that right now between me and just my, you know, just what I can do is just not quite there yet. That's why I've really had to take a break. That's why it's really been a struggle for me to find a career and a job, because, you know, part-time job, full-time jobs, you know, they're always bringing you in, always taking your applications, but finding out whether or not I'm a good fit for these places has been a bit of a difficult struggle. I'm always good at doing these kinds of interviews and things, but again, it's just different for everyone. Like, you just don't know what kind of storm you're standing next to with some of these people. And that's like more of like akin to my thematics of YouTube stealthxknight in the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary, right? Like, this is like an intro to stealthxknight. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Really, it's all been here this whole time. You know what I'm saying? I grew up playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 before I played Batman Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, some of my favorite video games. So it's like, we're seeing video game adaptation movies now, right? So it's like, streamers are careers. If you are a big streamer, if you are consistent, if you know, you make streaming a career, right? And am I trying to make streaming a career? Sure. Let's just say yes, I am trying to make streaming a career. Why? I stream consistently every day. But in truth, it is not my end-all, be-all. And how can I turn that back around? Well, it's just because of what I've done, not only in between my streaming, but what I'm thinking far ahead. You know, because I know I just can't sit here streaming forever. I mean, this is really the video. You know, you can't stream forever, right? That's like a YouTube video I wanted to make. Here it is. You can't stream forever. You know what I'm saying? You just can't stream forever. And think about how many hours I have in Marvel's Avengers. I have 4,787 plus hours in Marvel's Avengers. And that's unhealthy. That's just unhealthy and it's ridiculous. But no other gamer is going to step forward and do that and stream that because of how much they have an appreciation for the game and the narrative and the stories they grew up. I mean, they might. They might. You might every now and then run into a Ninja playing Fortnite. No, but that's no disrespect. Ninja is a huge inspiration of this whole thing. I'll never forget when I was sitting in Spanish class, and a guy who actually plays for the Major League Baseball team right now, right? The MLB. Pretty big stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Kind of shit you wouldn't want to really fuck around with if you're talking big numbers and big hits and big catches and big pitches and big plays. But he showed me a clip of Ninja, right? Hitting the big, flippin' sexy backflip emote in Fortnite Battle Royale when it was just peaking and popping off. You know, when people were just downloading and really learning what Fortnite was, and, you know, what Fortnite was in 2017 when I was in Spanish class in high school is not Fortnite now, in my opinion. Although it is still Fortnite, it's just not the same vibes because obviously I've grown up, everyone's grown up from that time. It's just a different game right now, and Fortnite is Fortnite. It's popular. But sitting in Spanish class, you know, watching big streamers who are now the most biggest streamers we can think of, Ninja, Tfue, you know, Nick Merck, Cypher PK, Tim the Tatman, Nadeshot, you know. By the way, a lot of these white streamers, right? So there's a lot of black streamers that I obviously know, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, being here in this time with Marvel Rivals and just like, you know, I'm not trying to jump out and ahead of these guys or become one of them. That's even like a bad thing or anything. Like, no. I'm trying to be YouTube stealthxknight. You know, intro to stealthxknight. You know what I'm saying? I never had a guidebook to this. I never will. And honestly, I don't want to have a guidebook to do it in YouTube streams. I just want to do me and stream Marvel's Avengers for however much as I can. And that's just the honest truth. Because it's one of my favorite video games. So to be able to like consistently come back to that on days where I'm stressed out, right, where it feels like the world is putting its weight down on me, no matter what, I've been blessed with a guiding light that is not only for me, but it's to be shared among the masses, you know? That being said, you can also look at Marvel Rivals in the same fashion too. You know what I'm saying? I know they call Batman a fascist. You know, I love that Blue Beetle reference, right? Batman's a fascist, right? But come on. We're all fans here. There's so many multi-fandoms of just multi-fandoms. You know, when it comes to movies, music, television, art, artistry, writing, directing, screenplay writing, you know, even in our politics. You know, there's a lot of ideology that comes with all of this. And I just hope that the responsibility with that, you know, whatever responsibility I'm going to be blessed with. Because I know I'm headed down a path. I don't know what it is, but right now it feels like my back's against the wall when I have the War Machine armor. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people understand that. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to work towards some of these things we've never been able to see before in our time. You know what I'm saying? I never thought we were going to see Marvel Rivals. Hell, I never even thought I was going to see Marvel's Avengers. You know, when it was announced in 2017, January 2017, Marvel's Avengers was announced officially. And it was not released until 2020, September 2020. And that is just ridiculous to me because it's one of my favorite games of all time. And it released through a pandemic, which is amazing and phenomenal in my opinion, and it's some things that will never be replicated again in our time. But we'll get our Marvel Rivals, we'll get our Overwatch 2s. It's amazing, it's phenomenal, and I'm super blessed, ecstatically excited, lucky, fortunate, and super thankful to share this with you guys, because we're moving into Superman here this year, guys. And what's the one video game of a superhero that people have been asking for that we really don't have yet on the Batman Arkham, Marvel's Avengers, Marvel's Spider-Man, you know, Injustice, X-Men level? We want a Superman action RPG video game, right? With an open world, you can fly to Krypton, you can fly to Oa, planet Oa, Kolu, Apocalypse, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Titan, all over the place. A Justice League-led Superman video game. A Superman-led Justice League video game. Excuse me. Well, we have Injustice too. But a Superman-led Justice League video game? You know, a little bit more like Marvel's Avengers you guys have been seeing around my channel, right? That could be cool. I'm not fucking Tony Stark. I can't fucking build a fucking video game out of thin air, guys. But I can stream it. I could like yap about it. It's like, dude, that would be sick. That would be sick. It's like that excitement right there between ideas is why I took on script writing, screenplay writing with my friends. So if we can get some of these ideas written down on paper, we can get it down into the video game. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your interpretation and your perception, and that's what Marvel's Avengers is to me. It's all about your interpretation and your perception. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Marvel's Avengers, those are the best times to write. I'm not a writer that way, guys. I'm a yapper. Now is the best time to write. Well, fuck it. I want to open up my mind to talking about it on YouTube. Whether or not people are going to sit here with me consistently and agree with a lot of things that I've said, whatever. We're fans of the multi-fan. We're playing Rivals right now. We're playing Overwatch 2. I want to see more. I want to yap about more in a time when it comes to this. And screw the haters. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that I'm not getting a whole shit ton of views. Why? Because I appreciate you guys here right now with me. And what do I mean right now? Well, you could be live with me here right now, or you could be with me here right now in the VOD. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole operation I'm trying to run here because I'm just trying to branch out into different kinds of ways of doing this YouTube. And I know the normal ways of doing it, right? With the video, like you gotta upload videos, gotta upload right? But streaming it, uploading it in this fashion for you guys, for the community, right? For other people who are looking for YouTube content, right? Like, it was always kind of an interesting thing and a meme to find a 5+ season Netflix series with 20+ episodes and 40-minute+ episode length. Well, if you're fans of any of this, guys, right now in this point in time, welcome to YouTube stealthxknight and the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. This is a bit of an intro to stealthxknight. And by a bit, I mean it's a lot of it. You guys are going to get it all. You know what I'm saying? We do a lot of Marvel's Avengers gameplay because I just love playing the video game. Absolutely. So I'll stream a tons of gameplay with it. And every now and then I'll bust onto the mic. But for the majority of that gameplay, I am just trying to show Marvel's Avengers. And then now when I am taking breaks from that, when I am freaking out about my very real career, my social status, this very hot person that I don't know what to do about because they are smoking. It's on another level right now with the Fantastic Four movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all on fire, I would assume. You know what I'm saying? And that's like for everyone right now. And for all the haters, well, I can only hope that it's doing good for them, but I can't worry about everyone, right? Like I you know what I mean? Like that's like one of my favorite lines and references from Avengers Endgame. Is like Tony Stark's like, nope, but I can't help everyone. And yet that main character in Avengers Endgame, what does he do with all 6 Infinity Stones? He helps everyone. Not once, but twice. And I mean once when he put the gauntlet together for Hulk to snap and bring everyone back, but twice when he killed Thanos and he snapped his ass and dusted his ass away. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't know what my dusting situation is for me, but I'm always also going to be stricken and struck by the frame in Avengers Infinity War 2018, right? Now, this is the movie prior to Endgame, where Tony Stark is like sitting on the planet Titan after the defeat and the dusting of the new Avengers, essentially, and he just doesn't know whether or not, to me, he doesn't know whether or not Pepper is okay. I mean, that's the first person he's going to think about, because that's the first person he left back on planet Earth. And you know, my heart really extends to all my family and friends right now with everything, because I don't know really where my mind is at, but I have a better understanding and idea for where I can be. And I don't mean that just for sitting here playing games. Like, again, this is my hobby.
The score is
Why am I doing this right now? Because pretty soon I'm gonna have to get ready and go take care of, you know, some things, you know, some responsibilities, right? I gotta go send in more applications. I gotta go drop off my resume to places, you know, I gotta go take out the trash, you know, clean up some things. But, you know, when I have like my free time, like I have had since graduating college, it's only been a year and a half, right? I'm gonna be, oh, it's been 2 years since I graduated college. Like, no, it's been a year and a half. It has been some time, but there was a lot of time where I was sitting in class, my college courses, trying to get through the work, not for the sake of getting through it, but for the sake of like understanding on it so I can reflect back on it now and incorporating those lessons that I learned about the subject material into what I really want to do, right? Like, yeah, I like to talk, I like to yap, I like screenplay script writing, but I'm not actually forging a feature-length film right now. I'm just streaming to YouTube and making a video and video gaming, and you know, but the grand scheme narrative of it for me is to like kind of train myself and practice, again, that elevator pitch kind of thing that I would need to have the ability and skill set to I would need those abilities and skill set to use in case I ever got into an elevator enunciation linguistics, right? Excuse me. If I ever get into an elevator with Kevin Feige or some of the archetype like a Bill Roseman, right, head of Marvel Games, vice president, that kind of thing, I feel like I'm gonna be pretty prepared. I'm gonna be pretty well prepared. Why? Because I have so many ideas for how I could fit right into the company and ideas on things that I could do with the position that I'm given. And if not any of those main positions, I would obviously love to learn and take any smaller internship role. I know internships are more for college students, which is like the thing. But you know, they host internships, right? Like they intern people, they have training experience for all different and various sorts of careers. And so I really am looking out for that, if anything. It hasn't been easy for me, honestly, you know, because I need a job specifically, and I'm not here to beg for help and support on YouTube, stealthxknight, and the streaming sanctuary, particularly because I know people are just going to give it to me. You know, that was like rule number one when I began this streaming, so much so that like my friends weren't actually giving me support. They were just giving me shit because they didn't want to see me do it, or they wanted to see a downfall. Well, I'm here in 2025 with Marvel's Avengers and Rivals, and this isn't targeted at anyone. That's just a very real reality of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, this didn't start out as some operation like some of you may think it to be, you know? I have a passion for video games and streaming and talking, like, really fast, apparently. So I figured, well, if I was going to put it anywhere, might as well stream it to Twitch and YouTube, right? Right? No, but seriously, and I appreciate all the love and support right here as my nose gets itchy, because I'm trying to May these motherfuckers, dude. I say whatever because I know how sweaty the other team is when it comes to some of these gameplay aspects. I might take a break here and play another mode. Stadium's kind of getting dorky. But I do love selecting perks, though, in Stadium. Like, Stadium is kind of nice for that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll keep rolling with Stadium. But no, seriously, it's been so much fun being able to stream various streams to you guys, commentate, video game, whatever. For you guys, like, for everyone here, you know, for people who want to see this, because for the people that are hating on it, that I don't care for, obviously, there are people that I've been able to share this for, and like they see a vision. It might not be my vision, because my vision's my vision, that's me. But I hope they have their own vision. They see a vision for themselves in all of this, because you know this is me, you know, like I want this kind of excitement and passion for my friends as well, you know what I'm saying, with whatever it comes to, you know what I'm saying, which is why I kept shouting out Ilarion throughout various VODs, because he made a video specific to COD Zombies and an investigation that he found, and you know, certain things that, you know, we talk about, and it's just funny, and it paid off huge, you know what I'm saying. And I don't mean that in terms of just YouTube analytics, because that's obvious. No, I mean it paid off huge in terms of like my appreciation for the art form, dude, because that was a good video. It had so many funny moments throughout it, and it just made me want to get back onto YouTube, right? And that was perfectly timed by him. I'm not even shitting him because he's one of my closest best friends that I've known for such a long time. No, I was looking out for content, and I'm just like, okay, stream Avengers. I want Marvel Rivals. I think this was like before Rivals too, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, yeah, kind of going through the motions. And that just like gave me a new light in my head. It signaled in my brain that like it's not over. You know, we give up in rival ranked games and whatnot because it's the video game and we're just sick and tired of playing against these sweats. But when it comes to the reality of this YouTube journey, streaming, content creation, movie making, filmmaking, feature length, elevator pitching, production, video game, cancellation, Black Panther, Wonder Woman 2, when it comes to all of that, I'm never, ever, ever going to think of anything more joyful than being able to share that with my friends, my close, true, best friends, when it comes to all of that, like through all of that, through how bad Marvel's Avengers is. I'm going down with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's YouTube StealthX now. I'm going down with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going down. You know what I'm saying? We're going down. The whole place is coming down. You know what I'm saying? And if I gotta bring it down on my own, so be it. But I'll fight Claw. I'll raid in Avengers. We'll stream with Ilarion Rivals.
The round is in the bag. Let's check the standings.
Let's fucking go, dude. We took that round.
2-1. You can really tell who the playmakers are. Up next, get ready for control. Now's the time for our teams to work out their strategies. It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top?
I like Phantasmic Flux.
The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds left. The armory is closing shortly. Three, two, one. Capture the objective.
Alright, let's try to win this because we're actually up ahead right now.
There's a lesson in every mistake.
There's a test subject.
Boom! Ice. 敌强来喽！
Shit. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, intro to stealthxknight. Every VOD, every commentary, I get the opportunity to do this. It's like a new way for me just to kind of clear my head for the day, reflect on past things, and just move forward. You know what I'm saying? Just it's always about moving forward in the best ways possible. I don't mean anything ill or insults on any of my friends, especially when I bring them up in a way like, oh, like I'm trying to talk. Like, no. I'm trying to talk about how much I have an appreciation for the experience I've had with my friends, right? Not only through gaming, but from like going to movies, for example. Like that's like a very real thing that I don't know a lot of people that are like really, really like, oh my gosh. Because I love the movies, you know what I mean? It's so cool. But they're so much more cooler with your friends. You know, like Avengers Endgame, that was really the experience to be had that way, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't like, again, I talked about this before, I didn't like plan that out, like, oh, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? But like when it came up at that time is like, you guys want to go see Endgame? I want that same feeling for Avengers 5 Doomsday, you know what I'm saying? It's why it's such a struggle for me right now to be broke. You know, not really have a well-paying job and unsustainable and all these things just because, you know, in reality, you know, that movie's going to be here a lot sooner than we think in 2026, and I just need a job. You know what I'm saying? So I can hopefully fund Tony Stark style the experience and endeavor of seeing an Avengers movie with my group of friends. But, you know, hey, honestly, I wasn't expecting it to happen the first time, and I was so amazed and blown away by it to happen the first time. To see Avengers Endgame with like 5 of my, you know, friends, you know, buddies that I went to school with, really, you know, close friends of mine. But, you know, going to Avengers 5 Doomsday, my hopes for that movie are just to see the movie, be excited about it with my family, my friends, of course. And if I don't get to see it with a lot of my other family member friends, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know at that time. I'm not like thinking ahead about like, okay, I have to see Avengers 5 Doomsday with these people. I mean, I already have it in my mind who I'm gonna go see this movie with. And you know, things will work out. We'll go see Avengers 5 Doomsday, which will be very, very exciting. So yeah, I just want to continue to just try to shake things up for myself, you know? I mean, streaming really is the way to shake things up for myself, you know? I don't think a lot of people really understand that I'm not really doing things that I used to be doing before, you know? Death is everywhere. That's ridiculous to me. I don't believe that. I think there's life everywhere that a lot of people aren't going to give credit to. When there's a lot of life, there's a lot of love. And when there's a lot of death everywhere, there's also a lot of life. Because resurrection, the cycle of life. Life, death, and rebirth. It's just this whole cycle. I'm not trying to say that like it applies to me, guys. Like, look, come on. I'm born on a very specific birth date. Okay? Alright, January. Alright, 1/23. Alright, January 23rd. That doesn't mean any shit about life, cycle, death, resurrection, alright? But rewatching Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition 2016, you know, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, it's like, okay, somebody somewhere had to have been like a time traveling, like, mystical wizard, because they see something that I just don't know. You know, it's a very good way of telling stories. They just, you know what I mean? Like, now we have games like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. You know, like... So it's like, which one is everyone talking about nowadays, you know?
The important thing is to keep learning. Boom! Ice!
We have lost the lead.
You know, and we know it's not going to stop either. They just canceled that Black Panther video game this morning. That was like that's crazy. And it's not the first time that's happened either. That's just how these things go. They announce them really early on to get all the design teams attached, as many eyes on the game as possible, you know, so they can build out their creative teams, right? You know, concept art, all these things. And then if it gets canceled, well, it's just because the studio or, you know, the larger suits behind the production are like, all right, well, we gotta go with the successful thing. So they go with that, right? They gotta go with the cancel. So it's really interesting at a time like this. Black Panther video game canceled, Wonder Woman video game canceled. Does this mean we're gonna get like a new Avengers video game? Like, does this mean they're gonna put Black Panther in the new Avengers video game and actually make that good? Does this mean they're gonna make a Justice League video game and actually make Wonder Woman the main character? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of things to talk about and a lot of theories, but it all kind of comes back around to the fandom. You know, the fandom wanted that Wonder. I think, if anything, the fandom wanted a Wonder Woman game more so than the Black Panther game, simply because we already have so many games featuring that character. You know, we've never had a Wonder Woman video game, solo player, single player, you know, with just a very good narrative story. You know what I'm saying? That could be better than the movie potentially.
就得不怕失败。
Because, you know, the movie obviously is the movie. It's the one something. It's the one something of Wonder Woman that people can look at.
30 seconds left.
I've got you in my sights.
Only 10 seconds left.
Claiming the
勤能
robot.
捕捉，
Moira's making everyone her test subject.
Clearing the area.
Let's check the standings. 2.
That's unfortunate. We lost the lead
Playmakers are
as we're sitting here yapping in Overwatch 2.
next up. It's time for Clash.
You need somebody to love. Okay, so on my iTunes right now, I'm listening to Somebody to Love by Kyril and Redford. Somebody single.
It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top? Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins. The armory is closing shortly. It's the match point. Can the team turn it around? 3, 2, 1. Commencing attack on objective B. The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. The objective's online.
Ridiculous.
Are you okay, Snowball?
Pain is inevitable.
They lost the objective. They'll need to fall back to objective C.
Coming up. That's Noah.
Ridiculous.
Seconds until the objective's unlocked. Oh, crushing blow by Reinhardt.
No! I tried to knock them off. That's an unfortunate cam right there. Some Avengers Endgame type Hawkeye Black Widow beat. All good in the retrospect. But yeah. Again, like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for stopping by here. A little intro to StealthxkKnight and some of my ideas I've got for like a Marvel's Avengers 2 sequel and then a Justice League video game sequel and just, you know, just like, again, thinking about my friends so much. But really, it's because,
Keep learning.
honestly, I've seen Avengers Endgame with them, like a very, very close, near and dear Avengers movie to my heart, just because I love the Avengers so much, like talking about it. Yeah. And, I mean, if it means that I'm going to be put on my back burner, back against the wall, to have to prove myself every day, that's a war, that's a fight that I'm going to put big numbers up, you know what I'm saying? War Machine puts up big numbers in Avengers Infinity War. I think I could do a little bit better than that, you know what I'm saying, considering how many Outriders there actually are. from Thanos' Black Order army. But, you know, you guys have just been amazing here supporting with me on the channel. So no matter who we face off against in like the next Avengers game, whether it be Thanos, Ultron, the Black Order, Magneto, the Brotherhood of Evil, the Masters of Evil, Annihilus, Ronan the Accuser, and the Kree invasion, the Super Skrulls. I mean, dude, the possibilities are endless. You know what I'm saying? And as a fan, being able to take in the larger story so much so that now I want to adapt the characters, not to change them up from what Stan Lee and, you know, these very classic writers and very, very talented people like Hickman have done, but really to just kind of reinterpret and to just shine a light onto why Marvel has had its impact. I mean, I can't think of any other movie right now that's gonna really do that other than Avengers Endgame, Avengers Doomsday. You know, after so many years of not, you know, Avengers Endgame came out so many years ago. You know, so to be able to stream it now and talk about it in a way that I wasn't able to do for Endgame. Like, in my mind, I was a streamer, you know, going to Infinity War and Endgame, but I really wasn't. I didn't have my mic. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I mean, I had my YouTube channel, but I wasn't uploading. I didn't have a consistent schedule. I didn't have subscribers, you know, none of this. I didn't have any of it, and I didn't want any of it then because I was focused, I was younger, I was more articulate and keen on very other things at my time. And so when I got more closer to it, obviously throughout community college and through the pandemic, it was like streaming just became more my niche thing to convey all of this. Right? Like, I know someone out there is probably looking at me like, dude, like, what are you gonna talk about? Like, what are you gonna do about it? You gonna make a movie? Like, you wanna, well, the golden ticket is to make an Avengers movie. Alright, the homie shouted me out in a rap song on SoundCloud years ago, which, by the way, should already tell you enough. It's a SoundCloud rap song that he hopes one day I film an Avenger. Well, homie, I'm not filming, I'm streaming, which is really just a high-tech version of filmmaking. I mean, you stream on Disney Plus and Netflix, right? YouTube streams, Twitch streams. Is it really all one and the same? I think it is. So to be streaming Marvel's Avengers in the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary with 11 Avengers, all each with their own in-depth combat system based around Marvel's Avengers, and using Destiny stylized raids, RPG mechanics, and ultimate abilities, heroic abilities, support abilities, you know, tanks, DPS, range, supports. It's so unbelievably phenomenal. I'm so grateful and thankful for all of you guys, like the support here. Really, you know, it gives me the confidence to drop a link on my Twitter, for example, and not really care if everyone's gonna come check it out, you know, or if everyone's gonna watch the whole thing, because it's just one VOD video. I'll make or stream or write something else that you'll like, and hopefully then you'll want to stick around for as long as you do. But even if you don't, I appreciate those of you. A little bit of lurk is a lot of love. It goes a long way here to stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. I can't think of a better time now to be in the mindset that I am as a streaming YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary, because not only that, I've been carrying myself through job interviews physically and filling out my resume mentally and application style, and like going through with you know, it might not be like the perfect plan, but it is something that someone post college graduate would have to go through, right? Find a job. Okay, well, I do like art. I wouldn't consider myself a real artist because that takes a lot of credibility and experience within the art form. But as an artist, I would like to have something or show something that not a lot of other people are doing, or have a niche knack for. And for me, that's streaming Marvel's Avengers, one video game. Why? Because I was so excited for that one video game, and like, I mean, the look of it, I've been able to show off in such a way that no other channel has been able to do here on YouTube, in my opinion. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but that's just the reality of it, right? When it comes to Marvel's Avengers gameplay, a roster, combat, in-depth combat, showcasing raids, full in, full out, streaming it, it's YouTube stealthxknight. You know what I'm saying? There was going to be one and only. The one and only YouTube stealthxknight and the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. There's only going to be one because that was kind of the username gamer tag that I adapted from after rocking Zombie Vomit with E and ET at the end. Which, by the way, is kind of badass. Zombie Vomit with an E. You know, like E.T., the extraterrestrial alien. Now, granted, I definitely thought it was spelled E.T. because I was young then, but... That really happened. And I think to myself, would I have more friends if I would have spelled vomit the right way? And I've got my best, closest friends right here with me. They're not like physically right here with me. So when I say they're right here with me, I mean I keep them right here in my mind and right here in my heart at all times. You know what I'm saying? And that's what pushes me to be stealthxknight. At all times. You know what I'm saying? It's like a full auto war machine. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking Optimus Prime, Transformers Dark of the Moon, Autobots Attack type status V. I've been rewatching the hell out of those movies, and to not get Transformers reactivate is really, really heartbreaking. But it's fine. We have a long-running history of marvelous and perfect Transformers video games, so I have no doubt that at some point in the near future we're gonna see like Marvel Rivals adaptation of Transformers Reactivate, or hell, just put the Transformers in Marvel Rivals, dude. Make them all Vanguards. Like Starscream could be a DPS, Megatron could be a Vanguard. I would play that game. I would play that game. I would play Marvel Rivals then. Looks like we're gonna blow this lead, man. No way. Crazy, bro. This stadium shit is like really, really sweaty. You can just tell. You can just tell. I mean, look at my team compared to theirs, man. Look how they're playing versus us. Kind of ridiculous.
There's a lesson in every mistake. My ultimate is almost ready.
Unfortunate. Another L.
Let's take a look at this highlight.
GG. Not really, though, because we just took a fucking L. Leveled up May. Tier 85. Loving that. Found a next game. Ranking up. So now we need to get to tier 95. That's the next goal. So we can get Magitech Initiation. And we'll be on our way to it. Very excited. We're going to play a lot more Overwatch here soon on the channel. We'll pick it back up here streaming within the next few days over the weekend. Hopefully, we're going to get another 1, 2, or 3 more, a lot more streams in. But right now, I've been trying to win as May.
Hold on to your hard drives, folks. The game is about to begin.
Tara. So that's like the Avatar, The Last Airbender cross collaboration. And not only that, we have Street Fighter going on right now. We just had Gundam like 2.5 weeks ago, and then we've also had Transformers last year. And I know I've talked about a lot of stuff last year, but you know, now that I'm a little bit older right now, I'm thinking about things in like broader kind of time framing. So like, you know, the Transformers cross collaboration happened last year in 2024, the same year I graduated college, right? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of other people are like, stay in the present, stay focused, move forward, do your thing. But it's like, you know, when I reflect on some of the streams, some of these things, especially solo right now, it's like, it gives me the really good opportunity to like step back, relax, grab some snacks. I got my water right here from the gym. Yeah, I mean, I just filled it up when I got back, but.
We're just getting started and it's anyone's match.
And really think to myself, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Get on the mic and scream, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, that Multiverse of Madness movie was the shit back in 2022 when I was in college, man. It was perfect. I was so thankful to see that with my college friends. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget that either. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean when I'm able to talk about it. Because, like, I'm in college, studying film, studying screenplays and short stories and scripts. And, like, here we are watching Multiverse of Madness, right? Like, Doctor Strange 2, WandaVision, Wanda Maximoff specifically in the Multiverse of Madness. It's Wanda and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness 2022. And it was a really marvelous time. I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my reasons why I like to go back to Marvel movies, is because like you never actually know what you're gonna get with them in like the experience. Like, and like you never know who you're gonna go with either. Like, I didn't know my friends like Albert, the homie, wanted to hit me up and it was like, oh yeah, let's go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Shout out to the homie Albert, right? Shout out to the homie excuse me, Jack, and Ethan, and Bianca. Like, shout out to everyone, seriously, because I love that memory. I only wish we could have gotten a picture. Next time we go to the movies, guys, we get a picture. But seriously, it's just been a phenomenally, like, just wonderful time.
加油啊，小美！
What a play by Soldier 76!
Can't think of a better time, you know? I just can't think of a better time, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. It's 2025 right now. I'm reflecting on 2022, 2023, 2024 shenanigans for myself because, you know, oh, I'm here in 2025 now. What's going on? I need to get with the program, right? I need to submit my application. I need to land a job. Everyone's moving on with their things, right? My close friends are moving on with their things. Like, it's, you know. So it's not like I've just been sitting around playing video games for nothing. I've been trying to stream more consistently. I've just been trying to just branch out and sustain myself in this way because, well, I gotta do something, and if it's gonna be something, it's gonna be what I want to enjoy. You know, I enjoy video games, I enjoy talking, streaming, commentating, and if that is like phase part, step number 1 to me shifting into who would become a filmmaking script screenplay writer, I'm all for it because I'm all prepared for it and ready for it in a way. There's still so much more I need to learn, and still so much more I need to do to actually get to that spot, but right now, right, I'm chilling out here in Cali, right? I'd love to be out in New York and NYC again soon, like I was. Like the last time I was in New York was in 2019, you know, NYC 2019, and that was phenomenally beautiful, right? Like in November, December time, and oh my gosh, I would love to go back again for the holidays. It was freezing out there, but I loved it. And I'd also like to go back there again for the summer. I think it's perfect for like you know, September, October time, but
The teams are going head to head in control.
that's just me, you know what I'm saying?
What tactics will the teams come up with this round? These teams are giving it their all for a shot at the win. Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off. The armory is closing shortly. Three, two, one. Capture the objective.
Everyone in this game left.
The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. The objective's live.
Time for another experiment.
That's ridiculous, dude. Everyone left. GG. That's crazy, dude. Now I'm just getting destroyed.
Don't give up. We can do this.
It was a hard fight, but they lose this round. Here's our score. 0-2. I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these. Next up, the teams are facing off in Clash. The teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial.
That's crazy, the whole team. We were just talking about Marvel's Avengers and the whole team decided to leave. Oh, that's just like random perks. Like we're fighting a whole team by ourselves. Waiting for player. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it said that there were players joining right there. And they're just, it's just loading. It's hilarious.
It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top? The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds.
A lot of the streaming stuff is just a lot more different.
The armory is about to close. Three, two, one. Commencing attack on objective B. The objective goes live.
Yep-a-rooney. Let's do this solo Overwatch.
The objective's open.
Washed away.
They lost that point. We're falling back to objective A. If the objective unlocks in 10 seconds.
No, I'm gonna die as May again, bro. This is troll.
There's a lesson in every
Milk
mistake.
tea, my whole team left. The Trickster, Monstrosity, Peasant, Alliance Champion, the Horde Champion.
You hate to see it, but the team just couldn't pull through.
Like, fuck off, dude.
Chins up. There's always next time.
That is a pretty sick Zarya golden gun, though, I will not lie. Refresh. Yeah, that was the play of the game, because I was the only player in the game. Huh, hilarious. Funny. And they call the movie Avengers Endgame? Huh, they should call it Marvel's Avengers. No, but seriously, though, I'm really... You know, this is just great. Let's just see how much XP we've got in this battle pass. Ooh, getting closer. Match fit. Endurance bonus, 600. Total, 1,708. Tier 86, which is pretty good. That's where I wanted to get to today. Honestly, this would not be a bad place for me to end and pick it back up later. Oh, that's sick. Look at that victory pose.
Take 2 and call me in the morning.
Zarya ornament. Well, the Warcraft 30th anniversary. 24 years old. I don't want to end on like a dorky loss like that, dude. Let's just play another game. Let's just try to level up. We're doing really well leveling up our battle pass right here. We're tier 86 and we got to get to tier 95. So we need what, like 100,000 XP for Magic Technician. And then if we want to get Demon Rock or Storm Chaser, I definitely would like Storm Chaser, and Royal Pain would be ridiculous to have at tier level 200.
Who's ready for stadium?
Royal Pain. I mean, that just sounds hard as fuck, dude.
Face off in control.
I've been enjoying May too recently. It just feels like I can just kind of walk in and do a bunch of damage no matter how dorky my team might get. Got Taskmaster, Marvel Snap. I fucking love that.
We're almost ready to get this game started. Looks like the heavy hitters are coming to play. Welcome to the armory. Now's the time for our teams to work out their strategies.
Just win.
Support inbound. Them down. Greetings.
Almost time for the first round, and the teams are readying up.
Hello.
Huge Resi. I think I have that Reaper
Greetings.
chibi, but I might not.
Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins.
You're playing Overwatch too. AKA the best Transformers video game I've ever seen.
The time for preparations is almost up.
Supporting in T equals 0.
3, 2, 1. Capture
Damn
the
it.
objective. The objective goes live in 10. The objective's open.
No, my team.
Ja油啊，小美。兵强来喽！
Yeah, I love to see like an X-Men Marvel's Avengers game. You know, it sounds like something that like I think about often. Is like, oh man, if you could just like adapt that into the X-Men, because Iron Man is basically Cyclops. Wolverine for Black Panther, Kate Bishop, Magic. Kamala Khan is Kamala Khan. She's literally like an Inhuman.
Your lifesaver.
exciting times right now to be like theorizing. And here's the funny thing too, we're getting that Wolverine game. That hasn't been canceled. It's only really just been kind of like in like a limbo state of development, but that's just because they're working on it. You know, they haven't canceled it. You know, they've got a lot more planned with it for sure. It's exciting. And then, you know, the Black Panther, Captain America video game, Marvel 1973 Rise of Hydra, that has been delayed. Excuse me. It's just only been delayed. So it's just gonna get here when it gets here, but you know, that only means it's just gonna be better and it's gonna be more polished for the final product, right? And I'm really excited for that final product, that story. When I first played Marvel's Avengers, that was awesome. When I first played Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, that was awesome. It was all awesome.
Feel stronger?
Am I looking out for what is consistently awesome? I mean, sure. You know, it's better than things being boring. Not cool. I like things to be awesome. I like things to be marvelous and spectacular and amazing, like for the fandom. And I don't know really where anywhere else I could be right now. I mean, I know I need to be at my job, my career. That's exactly where else I need to. I know I need to be. But right now, I mean, in this mindset, like I don't know where else I need to be in my mindset other than thinking about like this, because you know I'm starting to think about like certain things that like I never would ever try to do ever again. You know. I feel like this really reflected me and shaped me as a person. I'm not asking for forgiveness here on my YouTube channel or anything, but I've been blessed with the opportunity to construe a version of what one would be, right? My vision of what one would be, a vision of what one would be for myself. And that's more than enough. You know, I can't keep but coming back to it with Kamala Khan and how she says that, you know, the only person left to convince is yourself. And that's so special to me from a writing perspective. Like you can put that like in your script. You know, something so powerful. You know, the only person left to convince is yourself, Kamala Khan.
The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go.
Time short. Deliver the final blow.
The armory is about to close.
Sit down. Hello there.
3, 2, 1. Time to capture the objective.
Stay away on the meat.
The objective goes live in 10.
Enemy is in possession of the robot.
They are making progress. Stop. There's a lesson in every mistake. Boom. Ice. The lead has been taken from us.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just reflecting on that as of recently. You know, the only person left to convince is yourself.
The world's not going to save itself.
Heroes never die.
A remarkable play by Reaper.
Огонь по готовности.
Got you in my sights.
Looks like the win was out of reach this round. Let's check the standings. 0 to 2. You can really tell who the playmakers are. Coming up, get ready for chaos in Clash. Time for the teams to gear up. It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top?
I mean, it's on IMDb. It's a pretty official video game if you ask me.
Greetings. Hello. Greetings.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
Greetings. Sit down.
3, 2, 1. Commencing attack on objective B. The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. The objective's live. A golden play by Orisa. That's objective secured. They're pushing forward to objective A.
Heroes never die.
A player cosmic
Meet your fate.
The objective goes live in 10.
Here I come.
Stay put. The objective's open.
Aim where they're going.
The important thing
A
is to keep
remarkable
learning.
play by Reaper.
Load up.
Gale the Mahal.
Try climbing that.
What a play by Soldier 76.
Are you okay, Snowball?
Meet your
The
fate.
objective unlocks in 10 seconds.
We're outnumbered.
The objective is now active.
Ring out.
It was a hard fight, but they lose this round.
Heroes never
Here's
die.
our score. 0-3. I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these. Up next, the teams are going head-to-head in control. The teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial. These teams are giving it their all for a shot at the win. Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off. The time for preparations is almost up. match point. The team needs to give it their all to make their comeback. 3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Oh, they are coming!
They're all over me.
拦住他们了！
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked. The objective's open.
搞科研就得不怕失败。Now we're in orbit.
Juno
I'm
is
at the height of my
Огонь по готовности!
Heroes never die.
It's Mercy with a miraculous play.
climbing that. I'm on fire.
Hail the Mahal!
By Soldier
Clearing the
76.
area. Weakness.
有本事就翻过去。
Heads up. Big watch here.
It's overtime.
Coming up.
Meet your fate!
Oh, Reaper shot the competition petrified.
"加油啊，小美！
An unbelievable play by Moira.
Ready to start a blizzard. Ice wall coming up.
Heroes never die.
Soldier 76 is backing up.
Огонь по готовности!
冻住，不许走。
Hail the Mahal! Meet your fate!
Overtime.
There's no way my team just blew that right there.
They gave it their all. Die. Here's looking forward to their next attempt.
We have to try again.
I need to see this again.
By amore!
Tier 86. Okay, that's a good leveling up session for me today. I just wanted to get the game going for me. I appreciate all the love and support, guys. Yeah, this is gonna be like a little bit more of a shorter stream for me. I mean, 2.5 hours is still pretty long, you know. 2.5 hour, 2 hour and 30-minute stream is still pretty long. But I just want you guys to know that I appreciate all the love and support here on the channel. I'm gonna bring it back up here soon with more Overwatch streams. I'm just gonna take a break right now and just relax and eat some food and just unwind for the day as I prepare to send in more applications and continue on with my career and stuff here. But I appreciate all the love and support here on the YouTube channel. Again, shout out to Alarion. Thank you for all the lurking. It's a lot of love. It goes a long way. I hope you guys have a marvelous rest of your day. Continue on. Keep smashing it. Again, shout out to all my closest friends. All right, I'm not trying to say any names specifically because you know how it goes on the internet nowadays. But, you know, those I've seen Avengers Endgame with, you know, my homie that I played Batman Arkham City with growing up. You know, it's things that I reflect on that, you know, still help me feel young. But I'm obviously more older than I ever have been before, right? I'm the youngest I ever will be right now, and at the same time, I'm also the youngest I ever have been. I'm the oldest I ever have been, and also the youngest I ever will be, right? Again, right? I'm not gonna be any more younger than I am, you know, tomorrow or today or who knows. So that's why streaming has become more passionate ever for me. So again, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys take care of each other, take care of yourselves, have a wonderful rest and marvelous rest of your guys' day. I'm gonna keep smashing it back up here soon. GG's. YouTube as stealthxknight will return to the YouTube as stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. stealthxknight will return to some more marvelous Overwatch streams. We've been having a lot of fun here, and we're going for Magitech Initiation in the Battle Pass because it looks sick with our Decepticon nameplate. Bye! stealthxknight will return to the YouTube as stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. Y'all have a wonderful and marvelous rest of your guys' days.